Hey everybody, Alonzo here with Gulf Coast Smoke. Back to the old intro because on the last video, I didn't like the one that I did. I was trying out something different and honestly, I went back and heard it and I was like, dude, I did not like that intro at all whatsoever. So we're going to stick with this one unless you guys can come up with a better one down below. Let me know, maybe I'll use it in the future. Today what I want to do is I want to get a comparison video going. We got some pork tenderloins that we're going to cook on my Traeger Ironwood 650, and today I wanted to compare two rubs that are normally used together. So what I mean when I say that is, usually I see the BBQ rub and Mississippi grind used together. Malcolm Reed and Mark Williams, I believe it's Mark Williams, are really good friends, or so it seems. They're on each other's YouTube videos all the time. They're always promoting each other's products, which is great. And a lot of the times they use their rubs together. Pork ribs, pork butts, all that type of stuff. So I wanted to take them, separate them, and compare them today on this pork tenderloin. So I have used the BBQ rub in a comparison before, but today we definitely want to pour it out like we've been doing, talk a little bit more about the coarseness, the color, and then see how it tastes in the end compared next to this Mississippi grind. And that's what it's all about. So we'll switch it up a little bit here as well. We won't even show the meat until we're done showcasing these two rubs. So now what I want to do is have you come on in. Let's get right into this comparison. Let's talk about these two rubs. So the first rub that we're going to pour out is the BBQ rub by Killer Hogs. And we've actually already done a comparison with this. I believe it was our second video where we compared it to Meat Church. But at that point, we weren't actually pouring the rub out, talking about the coarseness and showing you guys the color really. So I wanted to take advantage of this time and do that for sure. So let's go ahead and pour it out. And you can definitely see here that overall, it's pretty fine. Some of the coarseness that I see, I'm not sure if you guys can actually see that. It looks like it might be the dehydrated orange peel. And the reason I know that is because there's another great rub on the market that has dehydrated orange peel in it. And that is Gulf Coast Smoke Southern Hospitality. So funny story, we had no idea that this had dehydrated orange peel in it until we started looking at this video today. So fun fact, we both have dehydrated orange peel in our rub. I don't think they taste the same at all whatsoever, but if you like that dehydrated orange peel taste, give our rub a try as well. So now it's time for Mississippi grind. Let's go ahead and pour it out, see what it looks like in comparison to the BBQ rub. Yeah, so right off the bat, you can see, let me scoot this a little closer. Yeah, so right off the bat, you can definitely see the difference in color here. This definitely looks like it has a lot more sugar, maybe salt, wider ingredients in it. And this over here looks like it has more paprika. So I'm really interested to see what the flavor profiles are gonna be like. Again, I have had both of these rubs. They both are very good, but I always like comparing right next to each other so we could talk about it and give you guys a better idea of what exactly you're gonna get on a piece of meat. So there's definitely more coarseness here from what I can see for sure. I think the Mississippi grind might have a little bit more of a bark on it in the end, but we'll go ahead and see. And so that's it. That's what we wanted to talk about with these two rubs. Show you the color, show you the coarseness, and hopefully we get a very, very different flavor in the end on this pork tenderloin. And like I said earlier, what we're going to do is we're going to smoke these on my Traeger Ironwood 650 with B&B hickory pellets. I already fired up my Traeger. You guys know that's an easy process. I don't need to show you that. So now let's go ahead and hit some B-roll, hit some nice music, which you guys know I love to do. Season these up, take them out there, and then the hardest part, time to be patient. Let this pork tenderloin get to 145 internal. Make sure it's nice, juicy. I'm not sure if I want to sear it off in the end. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to seasoning. We're going to get outside and we're going to cook this to perfection. so it's been about 40 minutes on these tenderloins, and they're about 120 internal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna raise the temperature on my Traeger to as high as it'll go, and we'll get a little tiny sear on them. It's not gonna be anything crazy like open fire, but it will add a little bit of crust there in the end. So I'm sorry about the lighting. It is a little bit dark outside. It's already getting to that time of the day, but let's take a look at these so you can look at them now. We're going to move the grate to the bottom rack so we can get as close to the heat as possible, and then we're going to finish these off. Yeah, so with these nice Gulf Coast Smoke gloves, I can actually remove this and safely put it on the bottom with no issues at all. That's the thing I love about them. But you can see that this Killer Hogs is definitely giving off a redder color. In the back we have a little bit more of a browner color, more of a natural pork color. So let's go ahead and crank this all the way up to high, which is 500. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull these off, let this get to 500 before we put them back on. Traeger is actually over 500 degrees now. Right now we're sitting at 513. We're going to go ahead and sear these off, watch them until they hit 140 degrees internal, because there's going to be some carryover. So stay close to the grill at this point. You don't want to walk away from these. I'm going to go ahead and flip them every minute, and we'll keep temping them to see how they're doing, because we want to make sure that we get these perfect. Pork can definitely be dry if you overcook it, just like chicken breast. So we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to make sure we get this right. Let's get right to it. Okay, so Penelope and Piper wanted to join me in cutting this up and sharing with you guys how it tastes. So sorry about the shot. It's going to be a little bit different than normal. It's not as tight as I'd like it to be, but you know, she's a little short, so we had to zoom out and do a lot of different stuff in order to get her in. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and slice these up, and then we're going to talk about how they taste. And if my kids want to take a bite, we'll have them take a bite as well. So let's just get right to it. Let's start slicing these up. So everything is done, nice slicing, sliced perfectly just like butter. Looks awesome, really, really juicy. So first, let's go ahead with the Mississippi Grind by Swine BBQ. And yeah, it looks perfect. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can hear my daughter. She's literally over here going, like, she's ready to eat. So let me take a quick slice and give it to my daughters real fast.
I like the skin, but I don't like this skin.
Okay. Try that. Oh! We lost a piece.
Good.
Good? You like it? There you go, baby. Try that. You like it? Good? Okay. All right. So my daughters say it's good. I actually think it's really good. So I do get a citrusy note off of that 100%. That dehydrated lemon peel definitely gives it a little bit in the end. Other than that, I'm not going to lie to you. Tastes pretty standard, like a sweet barbecue rub. But standard isn't the way I would describe the whole thing. I would say the first bite that I get is standard, sweet. Of course, you get a little bit of paprika, spices, stuff like that. But in the back, I do get that dehydrated lemon peel. It gives it a nice citrusy note for sure. This is different than a lot of the barbecue rubs I've ever had, that's for sure. So I really like that. That citrusy flavor that you get off of that is absolutely amazing. So I would say that's a really good rub. You know, again, I have had this before, so I knew what it was going to taste like. But I'm curious, how is it going to taste right next to the barbecue rub by Killer Hogs? Let's get right into that. That's just so good. Honestly, really is. There you go. There you go. You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Which one do you like better, the first one or the second one?
I like them both.
You like them both? Okay. My daughter, Penelope, says she likes them both. Which one do you like better?
Both.
Both? Okay. Both of my daughters say they like both of them exactly the same. You cannot go against what a 4 and a 2-year-old say. They are barbecue experts, especially by now. All we do is cook around here. But hey, thanks for letting them join in on this one. This is a lot of fun. I love having my kids here with me. A lot of the times they're literally just 5 feet the other way, so this isn't that much different. But again, this is what the channel is about. Family fun, barbecue, cooking, all that good jazz. And so back to this rub. Very, very good. A standard barbecue rub. Sweet. A little bit of heat in the background. Great, great color. And that's the one thing I will say that this has over the Swine Life. The Swine Life has a natural pork color to it. This has a nice red mahogany color to it. So I can see why they pair them together. Because that citrusy note that I get here with the Swine Life, you definitely don't get that over here with the Killer Hogs. Killer Hogs, a pretty standard rub overall. So we're going to start trying to do one comparison per month. Throw me some ideas down below what you guys want to see. I want to be creative. I want to do one a month. I don't want to let you guys down. I know you guys love the comparison videos. And trust me, I love them too. I just don't want that to be the only thing that we do, the only thing that we're known for. I want to try and mix it up and make some cool meals for you. Just like the steak cake, I have another few things in mind that hopefully turn out really cool and you guys like. But back to this, everything really good. I can see why they pair them together all the time. If I had to put a clear winner, honestly, it's impossible to tell. They 100% taste different. And that's why they pair them together a lot. Mark Williams and Malcolm Reed, I see them working together a lot. So I know why now. As always, I really appreciate you tuning into this video. Thanks. We'll see you on the next one. Say bye. 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 Bye.